Hi, Jessica from Ogling.com. Today I'm going to show you how I turned some free dresser drawers and a free wooden cheap filing shelf thing into a bookshelf that I'm actually using to store my fabric. So here are the drawers and that wooden shelf. You can see that it's very beat up and broken, and there's a bunch of gunk inside of the drawers. This is the space before and after. For my larger bolts of material, I actually put it in that wooden filing cabinet shelf thing that I have, as you can see right here. I turned it on inside, it worked out perfect. I did some distressing with sanding and antique waxing, I'll have to show you in a later video. For my smaller pieces, I put them on top because it was a little shorter depth. For the sides with the offset, I was able to put my books in thread, which worked out great. So if you want to learn how to fold everything right here, check out my comic book board video. I did get the drawers for free from my landlords, who are awesome. They were just storing it in their garage and they didn't want them, so I asked for them. And then I actually got that filing cabinet wood shelf, very cheap particle board thing from the lady that I bought this table from, and she didn't want it, so she just gave it to me and I turned it into something useful. So check out the video. First thing you're going to do is just remove hardware. So off of the drawers, I'm taking off the handles with the Phillips screwdriver. Next, you're going to take a damp cloth, and with all-purpose cleaner, you're going to wipe down all of the drawers, and then you're going to take your wood filler and fill in all the holes that were left behind from the hardware removal. Now, as directed, you want to overfill these holes because you are going to sand them down so that they're flush. Do not forget about the other side or the inside of the drawer as well. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, some of these here on the inside have like bumps and stuff in them. I don't even know what this is. There's like paint, like glob of paint in the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and start sanding while I wait for the wood filler to dry. I will keep sanding until it feels smooth when I run my hand down the wood. I'm also taking a 3-inch clean brush that was never used to wipe down any loose dust. So after a few minutes, the wood filler is already dry, so you're just going to sand it down until it's smooth to the touch. So a little side note here, it was my birthday, and while I was filming this for you guys, I actually got a birthday gift from my friend Chris. She sent me these wonderful bracelets that remind me of hoop earrings, which I'm a total fan of. So thank you, Chris. I really love these. Okay, back to the video, guys. So I kind of jumped ahead here. I needed to just tell you that I sanded down that glob of paint that was on here. I also sanded down the sides of the piece because I would get splinters if I didn't. I did not sand the whole entire thing because I did want to test out how well this Valspar Chalk Paint is going to do. I had the gray mixed in a specific color that I picked from a different swatch. I'm just using a 3-inch brush that I had, and I am not about to spend $30 to $40 on a paintbrush. That is just not going to happen. A few tips before you start painting: make sure your wood is clean. Make sure you don't put too much on your paintbrush so you don't end up with paint drips. And also go with the grain of the wood so you can get a better coat. So here I have the brand 3M wood filler, and all it is kind of like a sandy texture to it. I started here to fill in those cracks you saw in the other picture. A little spatula, I think it was like 80 cents at the hardware store, and to fill in all of this, that it's overfilled. And then I'm going to give it time to dry and I'll sand it down. So as we both know, I was working with pretty cheap wood to start with, so I had to take some Gorilla Glue because it was pulling apart, and I just squirted it all in there. I compressed it with whatever was laying around, and it needs dry time, so if it drips like this, don't use your hands. Get a napkin and push it in the seams, and then just let it dry. take my paints off and it's not going anywhere. So I love that Gorilla Glue. You see what's happening here? I don't know if you can see that. So this is because it's really cheap particle board. It's really inexpensive. That's why it's breaking like this. But so I'm gonna stop trying to sand that. I'm just gonna sand. You won't have that problem if you're using real wood of any sort. Much better. And this thing is solid, like probably better than all the other sides just because of this Gorilla Glue. I really think you should have Gorilla Glue. Like, super glue is out. You need to get that Gorilla Glue. That thing really does stick. It's wonderful. Okay, so you want to actually leave your chalk paint upside down for at least 5 minutes. You want to shake it for about 2 minutes, vigorously. So I'm just going to put some on my brush. And I already lightly sanded everywhere, and I cleaned it off. So you want to stack your first drawer on your first drawer, filing cabinet, whatever I'm calling it. Now my depth for this first one is a lot deeper than my drawer here. So all you have to do is make sure that the back is flush. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm just weighing it down with whatever I have because I'm offsetting them. Okay, so I'm not going to be exact on this. I do want to steer clear of this centerpiece that I have, this wood that's going through the center here, but I don't want to go all the way too far because I want to balance this and make sure it doesn't tip. So I'm going to be roughly about 3/4 of the way in on this and about halfway in on here. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and then you're going to drill. So just make sure you are drilling through both pieces, and when you are completely drilled through, you're going to wipe it completely clean. Then you're going to take a nut, bolt, and washer. I believe I used a 3/8 bolt, washer, and wing nut. Drop the bolt in the washer, drop it on top, and then screw in the wing nut on the bottom. So right here where the white and the gray ends, I'm going to go about halfway, and then about halfway in the depth as well. And then you just want to drill again. So I'm just showing you the process, the same exact process for the middle and the top over again. And I did want to tell you that I painted with 3 different chalk paints, but they were all Valspar. I did a blue, a white, a gray, and a white. And I will show you more of the painting techniques in a later video. Now all that's left is for you to fold your material and admire your work. Oh yeah, and use it. I hope you liked the video, and please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to know how I folded my silks and chiffons, the ones behind me, I actually use the same technique that I use in my comic book board video, so please check that one out too. And I will see you in a few weeks. God bless. Bye.